Kino Toten. Debatably, the most poorly aged map in the Black Ops Zombies franchise. It is remembered not for all the memories you and I made on it, but remembered for being boring. You grew up on this map, but for some reason, you hate this map. Is it just the community? Or do you really feel this way? In my opinion, Kino Toten is criminally underrated. Can someone explain how Transit is looked at so fondly, yet Kino receives hate? And let me get this out of the way. Not only is it in my opinion, but it's also factual that Kino Toten is one of the greatest maps of all time. I'm about to list 5 different things that will change your mind back to what it was when you were a kid. So grab a snack and let's go. Kino Toten has one of the most iconic atmospheres in all of zombies. Set in the 1960s inside of an abandoned Nazi outpost located at a movie theater. This is not only a badass location, but you can't lie, it gives off some of the best vibes in zombies history. Almost right away, you are greeted with swastikas everywhere. The faint sound of the iconic song that you hear right now, Damned, played on a piano in the background. And most importantly, what looks like former Nazi soldiers, now turned undead, slowly breaking down windows and coming right for you. The most eerie part, you can see outside, and it is right smack dab in the middle of the day. Freedom is so close, yet you can't reach it, and you never will. You are trapped. And please, listen to this gameplay. You hear the Damned in the background like you already do now, and you hear the faint wind blow as you stare at the outside. So now that you were pleasantly reminded of something you already knew, you're now open to this idea I have, aren't you? Let's dive deeper. Here's reason number 2. When people call this map stale, when people say this map didn't innovate, ask them how they feel about Kino adding the greatest and most likely their favorite wonder weapon of all time, the Thunder Gun. Arguably the most fun weapon in all of zombies history, this thing will literally send a zombie flying 50 feet in the direction you shot him in. We have never and will never see anything remotely close to this ever again. Nova Crawlers. Call them annoying, but these are some of the greatest zombie types of all time. For damn sure better than those fucking mimics. These things are not only super cool looking, but have such a rich lore behind them for ultra crazy zombie fans to look into. These 2 features alone carry this map into a different stratosphere. The Thunder Gun along with these Nova Crawlers were brought back into many other maps, whether as themselves or in different variations. And again, I'm gonna have you listen to something. Listen to this Nova Crawler and how menacing, horrible it sounds. It's went through a lot of experimentation and tests by the Nazis. But let's go into the most debated topic, the most debated reason that I have, replayability. People will argue that this map doesn't have a good replayability factor, yet those same people have played this map 1,000 times. So what kept them coming back? The simplicity? The mindless fun? I'll say that the reason I kept coming back is because of the feeling this map evokes out of me. I love just the thought of playing this map as it brings back memories of when I was a child exploring this abandoned theater for the first time. But at the same time, the fun going for higher rounds on this map is an age-old way to burn a few spare hours out of your day that you previously had no plans for. Whether you use the fire trap strategy, you simply want to train on the stage with the Thunder Gun for hours on end, or maybe even cheat to get to round 115 and post it on YouTube to garner millions of views like Syndicate. This map has it all for you. Now let's transition over to the most underrated aspect of this map. Something that almost never gets any credit, yet I will tell you why it deserves it. Yes, I know. This map doesn't have an official Easter egg, but the lore on this map is underrated. Look at these pods. Such a basic way to inform the player that something not right has taken place here. Simply looking inside these pods immediately tells you that these are the Nova Crawlers. It is how these abominations were created. That is a tiny slice of amazing lore and story. No, I am not going to forget about the iconic song. Play it. The greatest song in zombies history, and quite frankly, a 10 out of 10 song regardless of where it's from. This Easter egg within the map will make round 9 feel like it's a life or death scenario, one that is always impossible to die in. No really, I swear, this song makes you invincible. It literally locks me the fuck in. Finding this gem of a song for the first time will send chills down your spine, and every time I play this map even now, in 2024, I cannot resist playing this. Kino is not Kino without the greatest zombie song ever created. Now let's get into the most important reason. The last reason. The reason that will convince you to remember it like you did when you were a kid. This is the part that I'm going to talk the longest. The cultural impact that this map left on the zombies community is not rivaled. Yes, there are better maps than this objectively speaking, but nothing exploded the zombies mode the way this map exploded the zombies mode. Regular people on the streets have no idea what Mob of the Dead is, or Origins, but I promise you a lot of them know what Kino or Toten is. This will always and forever be the reason zombies took off. Yes, World at War started it, but Black Ops 1 mastered it, and that all started with Kino or Toten. The simplicity and non-difficult nature of the map made a great starting point for brand new players who didn't like the complexities or difficulties of 5. Simply put, without Kino, the zombies we all know and love today, the Shadows of Evil, the Dreisendrag, the Grad Krovi, the Origins, the Mob of the Dead, that might not exist without Kino. That deserves appreciation. Seeing this map on the bottom, or near the bottom of so many tier lists is so disrespectful on levels that you guys don't even understand. Arguments in favor of Noct because of the fact that this was the first map ever created, but none for Kino, which is literally the reason that your S tier maps even exist in the first place. Saying Transit gave you fond memories and that looking back it wasn't as bad as you remembered, yet Kino doesn't give you that? This was by far the most played map in the history of zombies. I get it, burnout is real. You may be tired of playing it now, but give it the proper respect it deserves. Not only is it the catalyst for the amazing zombies we know today, but this map still holds up today. I'm not saying you have to make it an S tier map on your tier lists, and I'm not even saying you have to like it, but when you're ranking your maps, give it the proper respect that it deserves. You grew up on this map. Remember it like you did when you first played it. Kino or Toten is a great map. Now enjoy the rest of this fucking banger of a song, and I'll see you guys later.